afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Boy, do we got a great show lined up for you guys, folks. We have three of the wonderful, beautiful former Chicago Bear Honey Bears in the house, and we'll be talking about their big show coming up tomorrow, April 25th, at the Tap House Grill in Palatine for the NFL Draft Party. It's going to be fun. Guys, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show, and we got everything going. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So it's showtime. Let's go to work. Thank you, Dino Manzella from Seventh Heaven with that wonderful intro, guys. It's a beautiful day. It is the 24th of April, and we got a great show lined up for you. Former Chicago Bear Honey Bears are in the house. Before we bring them on, got to pay our bills. Let's go to our sponsor, the great Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norwich Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and now in Mesa, Arizona. Don't forget to get the U-Haul truck rental, folks, at all four of their different locations, folks. You can either go into the store, choose one of their stores you want to have it, and just pick it up. They will be more than happy to take care of all your moving needs, personal, business, small loads. They have you covered. Also, now that spring is here, they have a variety of outdoor furniture, unique lawn and garden decor, as well as flowers, vegetables, herbs, and plants. And tune up that lawnmower for just $105 plus parts, and take advantage of the auto key programming at their stores. They program car cut keys at up to 50% less than the dealership. That's our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Okay, so let's get Ace out of there. And folks, and let's not forget our good friend, every company, every business, everybody's got a publicist. So you got to have one. I have one, so should you. If you want the one, works for the Cubs, works for the Blackhawks, works for the Bulls, my good buddy Bernie DeMayo, folks. That's right. At DeMayo Partners, you can't beat Bernie. Experienced, creative, and smart. That's our good friend Bernie DeMayo. So say 312-217-5658. And if you're looking to buy and selling a home, there's only one way to go with my good friend Mary Grievous, folks. That's right, Mary Grievous, buying or selling in Chicagoland area. Perfect real estate professional, whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for a dream home. Give her a call today. Mary can help you with all your moving needs. She helps to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. That's M. Grievous at starkre.com, or give her a call at 630-688-1725. The great Mary Grievous, folks. Also, Mary takes care of NTD Vacations, everybody. And you know what that means? Chicago Music Cruise. We just did one, ladies and gentlemen, in January, and now it was so successful. We're going to do another one, and that's going to be March 22nd to March 30th. 8 days, Southern Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, Oasis of the Seas, Fort Lauderdale, Curacao, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas. And performing live will be Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band, my other band, Mojo's Jukebox, Hillbilly Rock Stars, and Seventh Heaven. That's right, all of us. 8 days, a lot of fun. ChicagoMusicCruise.com. All right, so we will take care of the other stuff as we go. Don't forget, folks, also Tuesday is Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brindolino as my co-host every Tuesday. And tomorrow, of course, my co-host, my wife, Laura Ocean. So it will be a lot of fun. All right, guys. So this is it. I'm excited. One more thing about Ace Hardware, folks. Help support the Almost Home Foundation, where you guys know that I volunteer every Tuesday. The Almost Home Foundation, by purchasing a $5 cash raffle ticket, enter to win a Weber Spirit 200 Series grill, along with accessories package donated by the Norwich Ace Hardware. affiliated with all the Ace Hardware groups. Tickets can be purchased in the store or by Zelle, 847-370-3370. And please put in your name. All proceeds raised will be donated to the Almost Home Foundation. Tickets available through March 23rd. And then the Ocean Spit Show will go live in the Norwich store at noon on Thursday, the 23rd. Raffle drawings will take place after the show. Winner does not need to be present, but need to arrange for pickup for this wonderful thing, for this great organization, Almost Home Foundation. All right. We have three ladies in the house. Of course, we have the former Chicago Honey Bears in the house. This is fantastic. I love it. We have Renee in the house. We have Jeanette and our good friend Patrice. Ladies, welcome to Ocean's Pit. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Thanks.
Awesome.
This is good. This is like Charlie's Angels or the Brady Bunch. You know, when they have the squares. Yeah, there you go. Very, very cool. Before we ask you some questions, let's see who's watching, because that's always good to find out all the wonderful people that are watching here. Hold on here. Let's go back to that. We don't want to screw that up. All right. Sorry, ladies. My fingers get a little. Sometimes they're too big for the buttons. This is very cool. All right. Chris, how you doing? Yeah, don't they all look wonderful? Greg, absolutely. Debbie Diamond, #1 Neil guy in Chicago. Kathy Eppolito, Santa Barbara. We have Ohio, Iowa, New York. Jill in the house. Indiana, Nashville. How y'all doing? Welcome to Ocean's Pit, everybody, and I hope you guys say hello to these wonderful ladies. All right. Now, why are they on the show? Well, we had Patrice on the show last year or the year before, and she was talking about the book that they wrote. Well, actually, Jeanette, if I got that right, Renee wrote this book called Missing Sidelines, Untold Story of the Chicago Honey Bears, the NFL Cheerleaders. And it's a great book, actually. Patrice was kind enough to send it to me, and it was great. It's a big book, a lot of information. So if you want to meet these lovely ladies, take pictures, purchase the book. But what they're doing, folks, is tomorrow night. This is going to be at the Tap House in Palatine on April 25th. That's tomorrow, 6 p.m. for the NFL draft party. So they're actually going to be showing the actual draft at the sports bar. You guys walk in, there's going to be discounts on drinks and foods. You can meet the ladies. You can purchase the book or order the book, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's great. Patrice, how did this come about? Did you guys, I know you guys are doing a lot of public appearances more. I know you got one coming up for July 4th. You'll be in the Villa Park for the July parade, which is very, very cool. And then, of course, we're doing a thing together like we do every year. I do for St. Jude's benefit in Melrose Park on September 15th. And that's a great cause to the great St. Jude. So let's start off asking some questions. Let's go right to you, Patrice. How did this come about, this particular show that you're doing tomorrow?
I stopped in to the Tap House. A friend of mine opened a restaurant in Palatine called, I'm going to plug it, Pizza Bella.
Sure.
So I went to the grand opening, and I thought, I'm going to stop at the Tap House, just say hi to everybody, because we had done a book signing there last year. So I stopped in, and they were so kind. They said, when are you coming back? When can you come back? I said, well, we would need a purpose, don't you think? I said, the draft party's coming up. And they said, that's it. We want you to come. Scott, the owner, he said, absolutely. Come in, whatever you can do. And then we start planning this, and this is what's happening tomorrow night. It's going to be fun. One big party. So everybody,
it's going to be great.
Come on too.
The Tap House Grill is a great place. Yeah, the food is great. Okay, so, you know, that's so interesting about the book Missing on the Sidelines. And you got to ask yourself, that's a lot of history there and a lot of togetherness that you guys were together for a pretty long time. You know, it's sad that it's not there anymore. But let me ask you, Renee, what was your thinking about putting this book together?
Well, for years, they news like WGN, the Jam, everyone was asking us what happened to the Honey Bears, and can you share your story? And they would bring us on each year to talk about our days on the field. And finally, after so many shows, I thought we should just write a book, and I thought it would take maybe 6 months to a year, but 4 years later, it was a beast of the book. And I was like, I thought maybe it'd just be a nice book for us girls. But then when I got into the history of Papa Bear Halas and just his history alone was so interesting. So I really got, wow. Let's tell the story of Papa Bear, how, the father of NFL and, the Chicago Bears brought the Chicago Honey Bears onto Soldier Field. And that was a lot about the team not doing well in 1977. So we just told the story of how it started, how it ended in 1985, which was we now call it the curse of the Honey Bears, because we all know we got to get them back on the field.
It's the curse of the Chicago Bears. Yeah, it's a curse of the team. Yeah,
we just started reaching out to a lot of the girls, which in the past we wouldn't have. I have a little yapper here. So in the past, we would have not been able to have really known each other. So because of the book, it brought brought all the girls together. So it's such a sisterhood right now. And, but it took a long time, and each girl from every year shared a very sentimental story, a very funny story, but we all just became so close, with the book. And I think it's very inspirational. Like, there was a lot of girls that were never cheerleaders before that really wanted to be a cheerleader. And many of us tried out not just once, twice, 3 times before you made the team. So I think it's about not giving up your dreams, always believing in your dreams. And I think it's just a great book for younger gals out there too, that might not make cheerleading the first time. Well, heck, get back out there and do it again, because you're going to make it probably the next time around. So
it's probably very hard. About you, Jeanette? What made you want to be a honey bear? Did someone approach you? Were you a model at the time?
Back in those days, I was just out of University of Illinois, so I'm born and bred in the area, in the Chicagoland area. And so after graduating, I had never been to a Bears game. I had been to college games and high school games, and always loved the sport, football in particular, actually, and basketball, and just had decided I should try out this unusual thing. I did love dancing. I was always just enjoyed dancing, but not professionally at all. Renee and Patrice both had way more experience, but I did try out, and it was sort of a shock. And I was towards the end of the Honey Bears, so 84, 85, and then the next year was the Super Bowl, and it ended. So it was a loss of seeing the girls. So I'll tell you, since Renee wrote the book and I found out about that and got together, and Patrice and I live right near each other, and we're all, and because of technology, how we can now communicate and go to events at the Tap House or go to events at the Des Plaines Theater, and the fans. Yes. Now, Renee wrote about the fans too, the super fans, the fans in Chicago. Everybody knows are the best, right? We know that. Sorry to people who live elsewhere.
Absolutely.
You got to come here to be with the best fans. Yeah. And so they have been so great with us as, a part of the history of the Bears. They love being with us, and we love being with them. So the girls and I, we just have really hit it off together. And I always thank Renee and give her a lot of credit for that, because a lot of us wouldn't have been in touch. I knew a few girls from my years, but not these, girls who did other years. And we all have that shared history. And it was a time in Chicago that we love to share with other people.
Well, yeah, it's an interesting story. It really is. Let's go back to Patrice real fast. Patrice, when you got put into it, why do you believe that the Honey Bears, why do you think that they disbanded having the Chicago Honey Bears after they won the Super Bowl?
I believe that Mrs. McCaskey isn't pleased with us. Our contract ended with Papa Bear when he passed away. Our contract was a 10-year contract, and she didn't want us to be cheerleaders. Boy, I'd like to start them up again if something ever happened and they sold them. But Renee, why didn't she want us?
Well, she wanted to get back.
Yeah, Renee.
I guess here's the story. She wanted to get back to the blood and guts of football, and she, like Papa Bear Hellis said, as long as I'm alive, we're going to have dancing girls. And he did. Unfortunately, when he passed away in 1983, we would have been probably ended at that year, but we had a contract with A+ Talent. Our agent was Sharon Cooper, and that happened to be 1985 score, right? Happened to be the Super Bowl. And here we go out, it's bittersweet, but that was the last time that the Honey Bears cheered for the Bears was the Super Bowl, and what a way to go out. So I think people miss us, fans miss us. I mean, we basically, what would we have? Flag runners running up and down the field. I mean, people like entertainment, and I don't think our uniforms were very sexist. I think that was part of why she got rid of the Chicago Bear cheerleaders. And the Playboy scandal didn't help us in 1978 either. That was something that really put a bad note to a lot of the cheerleaders. Some teams, the whole cheerleading squad got fired. For us, a couple of girls got fired.
Yeah.
So,
well, what was amazing to me is, even though was it a distraction for the players while they were playing too? Did she think that might be a distraction at all? Another reason why she wanted to.
We're always a distraction. Why not? But
yeah.
We're distracting them. No, I don't think the players, they're out there playing their game, but we have a lot of fun stories with the players, and like one with Walter Payton. Anybody wants to share that story, but remember, girls, when one of the Honey Bears, she had a flat tire on the way to Soldier Field, and she was out there in her Honey Bear gear, right? And then someone pulls up behind her, and who is it? Walter Payton. Changes her tire.
Walter Payton.
Yeah. They, and they both get on the way to Soldier Field. I mean, his son, Jared, shared that. Remember, girls? Yeah. That was such a story.
Yeah, Walter Payton. Great guy he was.
Fun stories.
Yeah.
Like he did Big
That's
Brother.
so cool. Walter Payton was one of the best. What a sweet guy. I used to do a couple of his Christmas parties, his holiday parties, and he used to always call me Billy O'Shea because I was always a little pun intended there. We have the former Chicago Bear Honey Bears in the house. Big show coming up tomorrow. Folks are all going to be there signing autographs, and you can order their book, Missing from the Sidelines. That's going to be at the Tap House Grill, April 25th. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. for the
during the draft.
NFL draft party. It's going to be a lot of fun.
They have like 20 TVs at Tap House Grill. Probably 20
it's huge. There's not a bad seat in the house. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Let's go with you, Jeanette. Did you guys get any other work offers because you guys were Honey Bears?
Yes. We all took other jobs as well, either a full-time job or if we were modeling, if we were making enough money from the modeling at the time. Singing gigs for several of the people who are singers. I think probably everyone had some extra work. The job you didn't generally do it for the, making a lot of money, because it wasn't. And so you did it for the joy of sharing the team with the city and each other, and being a part of the action was fun. But you always had the agency, A+ always made sure that each of us had something else going on the side, so that we weren't counting on the Honey Bears as our only source of income.
Did you guys travel with the team, or did you have to travel on your own?
Once a year, and several times to Florida, and then to the Super Bowl too. So generally, there was just one game a year that they would take the cheerleaders, and you'll find that still sort of happens when you see the other teams come to Chicago. Sometimes they bring them, and usually they don't. But anyone know how many teams have cheerleaders these days?
I think there's about 6 that do not right now.
Yeah. It's shocking how few don't, actually.
Right. Well, we went to Tampa Bay. Thankfully, Papa Bear Hellas picked that team to go because it was warm and we could
it was always nice there.
and some warmth. So we had a lot of funny stories in Tampa Bay. It was never a dull moment.
We had a lot of fun in Tampa Bay. Lots of fun.
Well, I can just imagine warm weather, Florida. You got the ladies all there. You got the players all there. It was a great thing, I think. And look how big the Dallas cheerleaders got. I mean, they were big, the Dallas, and it was just amazing that and the Honey Bears to me were just as good. And you know what? I just don't understand why they, and you got a lot. And someone just said, Jerry Jam said Cheryl Burton got a job with WLS. Okay, so I didn't know she was a Honey Bear. Okay, so there you go. Interesting stuff. Let's talk about this now. You're out there in the public. you got to be difficult, and you don't have to get in situations. I mean, a certain little stories or anything, but it's got to be was a little tough on the social life actually, because here you are, out there, and you got to leave on Sundays and or whatever you got to do. And some guys can't handle that.
I did have a fiance who asked me not to try out again. Yeah. And
Okay,
married the
there you
guys
go.
for a while.
I broke up with
Yeah,
that
there
boyfriend
you
when I
go.
made the team.
There you
But
go.
the social life actually was vivid.
The social life.
It was
we were young.
it was one of those things
Great.
was going to end anyway. So I just thought, okay, let's not
And
pay this out.
And really, with us being cheerleaders, like we were part of Chicago, we
Yeah.
had our pick of baseball players, hockey players.
Yeah, we all
We-
dated the hockey
It
players.
was basketball players. It was pretty good.
It was
got
fun
a-
to be
and
treated
they
as a
had their
VIP.
schedule as well as we having our schedule.
Well, yeah, and my roommate Kathy Cavisto was Miss Illinois. She married Doug Wilson from the Blackhawks. So
Okay, there you go. So was it okay to date some of the Bears?
no,
Or that was a
it was a
no-no?
no.
No, so we
That was
dated
a no-no.
everybody else.
Okay, well,
We
okay,
dated.
okay. That's okay. That's okay. Chicago Honey Bears are in the house. Very cool. The Bears, they've since '85, after they got rid of the great Coach Ditka. I thought he was the
Love
best.
you.
I worked for the coach for many years. I used to work at Ditka's before I got the job at Gillies downtown, and I left Ditka's to go to Gillies. And then John Vincent took my place, and he played. He did many years at Ditka's performing there. But I don't know about the Bears. They try every year. I think. Do you believe that when the McCaskies pass, I think when the mom, when she passes away, you think they might bring back the Honey Bears? What's your thought on that?
Let's try.
What do you think?
Let's absolutely try. If she does pass away, let's try and see what we can do, right, girls? We're gonna try it.
Well, let me ask you this: what was the training like, or what was the auditions like? What did you have to do to become? How did they pick? Did you have to do certain exercises? What did you have to do?
It was grueling. The women were beautiful, and I went into this, and I was already with Second City. I was doing movies, and I thought, well, I'll do this. Sharon Cooper, my agent, said, give it a try, and I like football, but it was grueling. Yeah. But when I did screw up, I thought all I'm going to do is smile, because if they don't like me, but they did, and it was really great. All the women that tried out were gorgeous.
There were usually hundreds that would try at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, 1,500 the first year. I mean, 78 year was 1,500 girls with numbers.
Okay.
And it got bigger and bigger throughout the years. So, and the hardest part is once you make the team, 28 girls and 12 alternates, the next year you have to try out again. And it's, You get to try it on your white boots, which is, kind of a cool thing to get your first year. But after the tryouts, you have to throw your boots in a pile and you don't know if you're going to wear them again. So, we always had that fear they're going to cut half of us and we don't want to get cut ourselves. And I don't want to see my other squad, friends get cut. So it's really hard once you do make the team to get cut. And it's devastating when you do, so yeah, you have to be on your game. You gotta keep yourself in shape and
good shape.
Lots of practicing.
Can't gain any weight. No weight gain.
That's exactly, because I know what they used to do with the Vegas dancers. They weighed them every week. They made sure the whatchamacallit was a week, and it had to be very difficult to keep that up. But I mean, it's got to be just models in general. If they, at that particular time, you have to remember back in the 60s and 70s. It was always the Farrah Fawcett type of whatchamacallit. Then for years later, they had, then they bought the redheads and they bought in the brunettes and stuff like that. But it's very, very cool. What is your feeling of all the stuff going on now with the Bears I think they're making an announcement that they're going to be going to the South Loop or something in Chicago. Were you happy about that, or do you wish they would go to Arlington Heights?
Well, if they go to Chicago, did you hear that they want to tax the people that live in Chicago? Hello, that's going to cost them money. But then I don't want to get into the politics of it. But go ahead, girl.
It's an interesting challenge listening to the whole thing and the people in Arlington Heights who want it and the ones who don't, and dragging it out, typical sort of Chicago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that they want to do that, and then, like I said, to charge the people from
Correct.
Chicago. I think it's just completely
And
insane.
Soldier Field,
Did you guys have a favorite?
I'm sorry. I
Go
said
ahead, I'm
Soldier
sorry.
Field, I mean, when we cheered was so beautiful with,
Fabulous.
and it looks like a spaceship right now. It just, the beauty of it, was taken away. I mean,
It was.
so, I think it would have been nice to have seen a whole new, like a dome or something. And I think people would have really liked to see the venue move into, a better, safer environment. Today, Chicago's gotten
Safer.
a little
Yeah,
harder. I love
is not-
Chicago. It's, but I'm just saying, I think it would have been nice for fans to experience some kind of dome and some new environment for the Bears, all new.
Well, I think it would be better too, guys. If you think about it, if they have the dome, they can have a Super Bowl there too.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to. It might have been the Bears, but any Super, and it would be great for the city of
Exactly.
Chicago. But I know that a lot of people of Arlington Heights were a little up. Think about the house value would go up if the Bears were to go to Arlington Heights. It's very interesting that Chicago Honey Bears in the house. Let's go real fast, but let's go to Jeanette. Jeanette, did you have a favorite Chicago Bear? Who was your
No, it
favorite?
varied year to year. Every year, changes. Fields was just terrific, and that was interesting that he just left recently. So I'm still a Bear fan always. When I was there, Walter,
Okay.
was such a wonderful person. But I love all the guys. We recently did something for Mongo. We love him so much, and had an appearance for him in Displays at the theater, and that
Yeah.
was terrific. And actually just during the Super Bowl when they played the 85 Super Bowl on the big screen at Des Plaines Theater, that was amazing. And
Yeah.
maybe any sport would be, huge like that, like if it was a basketball game but it was amazing to see everything huge and
Ron Onesti did a great job with that.
He
We did
did.
something for Mongo with a Big Mike mega events and on the south side. I think Patrice, you guys were there.
We
Remember?
did it
Yes.
with Cindy Froberg and Mo. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
you did
we
it
were
too.
there.
Jeanette. We
Yeah.
did that. That was fun.
Yeah, we performed.
Oh,
The Ocean Draft Pack performed.
We had a good
So,
time.
Absolutely.
they're all favorites in their own way. And the old Bears from our days were such characters. I love a character. Chicago loves a character. And, when they're more corporate, it's less fun sometimes. So I love to have the guys that are characters around.
Absolutely. What about Renee? Did you have a favorite Bear that you liked?
Well, of
Well,
course,
while you
Walter
were,
Payton. We all love Walter Payton, but I loved all the Bears, like all of us. We got along with the Bears. We did a lot of charity work with the Bears. After games, we'd all go down to Rush Street and have dinner. We were always hanging around together, and I think that made it really fun for all of us to just love all of them. And they were really nice to us. They, did a lot
Like
of nice
brothers.
things for us. And
Mostly.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, Jerry Jam just put Bears president Kevin Warren plans to pursue the new publicity-owned Dome Stadium at the south parking lot located at Soldier Field, funded in part with $2 billion of private money. That's what he said March 11th, 2024. That was quoted that way. It would be interesting to see what happens with that and with the Bears. You guys got this big thing coming up tomorrow at the Tap House Grill in Palatine, 6 p.m. You can meet the ladies, take pictures with the ladies, and you can order the book Missing from the Sidelines, The Untold Story of the Chicago
And
Honey
see
Bears.
who we get in the
and
draft.
And the draft, of course, the NFL draft, which I think the Bears do have the
I
first
think
round
so.
pick.
It's going to
For
be
that
big.
quarterback.
Well, they need a quarterback. That's absolutely they do. So, how did they tell you guys were? How did you guys find out that they're disbanding the Honey Bears? Did it come?
I
Did
was
you
there
have a big
closest to
meeting?
the end,
Everybody said-
probably of us, and we
Well,
were
yeah.
told as on the way to the Super Bowl, and so
Ah.
the girls knew that was going to be the last performance while it was happening. So it put a bittersweet flavor on the whole thing. It was still a really great trip, but it was pretty bittersweet because even on the plane home, everybody knew that that was the end, and
Did they do anything for you? Did they give you a party, give you, a watch? Did they do anything? Thank you, anything? Nothing at all?
Call.
They just gave us a punt, No.
Did you guys, who was the designer? Who came up with the outfit idea?
I think Kathy
the outfits
Core
that you had?
probably.
Kathy and Corinne Nierman, they actually flew down to Dallas. And talk about flying, though. You guys flew home with the team in Ditka.
Right,
Okay?
right.
You were on the plane with the players.
That
But
would've
talking
been
about the
great.
uniforms, they went to Dallas for some ideas and talked to, the head of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. And they came back and they had all these little outfits in mind, and they picked the outfit themselves, and it somewhat changed. It was the same, but like we never showed our midriffs. I think now, if you look back, was pretty conservative. But
Very.
the shirt changed from blue to orange, and then for the Super Bowl year, you guys had those really sequin
Sparkly, yeah.
looks. Yeah, the same designer, pretty much, right?
Did they let you guys keep the outfits, or did you have
got
to
a
give them
couple of
back?
Yeah.
No and yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we took,
There you
Kinda.
go. Your friend,
Kinda not.
Your friend Kim says, "Wish she could be there."
Here?
Kim,
Yes.
be with you, Kim. Okay, there you go, ladies. A question from Dennis from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin says, "What did you guys think of Coach Mike
we
Ditka?"
loved him.
He's
Ditka.
awesome. He's
He
in the
was
book. I interviewed him
Yeah.
45 minutes. Him and Diana was chiming in, and actually we had our book signing at Ditka's restaurant,
That's right.
and it was like a few years later, and I'm like, "You remember me?" He goes, and so he came
He's
and
charming. He says
he
that.
showed
to
up.
everybody, I
He
think.
showed up, and for like an hour and 45 minutes, we had over 300 people flying in from everywhere. Super fans were outside, and everyone was sending autographs, and we had a wonderful dinner. And people just, all Blackhawks flew in with some of because they married some of the Honey Bears. So we had quite the crew of people that showed up, and Mike was just so awesome to sit there for that long and sign our books for us. And he's so nice. He was so nice, and
He's
Coach
nice.
was
He was
yeah.
sitting with me. He's a little gruff, and I like that. But you know where you stand with the guy. He's not going to pull it.
Oh yeah, there's no.
He tells you just where it's at.
There's no
And I
fluff.
like that. Yeah, and then when he has a couple drinks, he's even better.
He's even better. He used to come to Jilly's all the time, and we used to have a lot of fun. I used to do their golf outing every year, which Diana, Mrs. Ditka, put together, and we used to do that all the time. A lot of fun with that. Did you guys consider to go to another team when you guys were let go? Did you guys think maybe let's go try out for another football team
Not even
or
for a
anything like that?
second.
No.
I mean, I think we always thought, of course, the Dallas, but Dallas is going to pick Dallas.
Dallas go pick Dallas.
Like Chicago. I think it's a little hard to like cheer for another
Yeah.
team.
I have a daughter who tried out for Cincinnati once, many years later, and she did not make the cut. But I said, it's Cincinnati. I mean, great.
Can I ask you, ladies, what do you guys think? Why certain people did not? What do you think the difference is? Who made a cut and why they didn't make the cut? What do you think your opinions are? Because basically they had to be their looks, they had to be athletic, they had to be some sort of
Dancing.
why do you think either you didn't make the team?
I think the dancing got more experienced dancers started coming on, and that was tough. And so I think it's the competition got harder each year. You're going to get the more that every year went by, the more people were coming and wanting to try out. So the numbers were getting so much larger. And it depends, like if you're not showing up to practice, or, it depends on how you are showing up. And if you're not showing up, then probably aren't going to make the squad the next year. But keeping in shape.
Was there
And also they interviewed us, and they chose girls with pretty good natures. I mean, there were some girls that were trying out that I don't think I'd want to get too close to them. But
was difficult
everybody
if you were introverted.
that made it had a really their natures. I mean, they were beautiful, but they were beautiful inside as well as outside. And I think that's what they looked for too when we were doing auditions.
Well, and some girls like Miss Elise did multiple years. Who had the most
Yeah.
years? Anyone? Do you know, Renee?
Micheline
That's a
Michelle's
great
on-
idea.
Well, I
did
think,
4 years.
wait, I'm
years.
thinking like, well, Patty Luisi was on for a long time too. I'm trying to
Luisi
think, who
was too.
who?
And
And
it's
so
nice
was
that we've gotten
DeAndre.
to know each other and all the histories from each other.
Joey.
Joey,
Joey was
yeah.
on 20 years.
They were
Yeah,
on for a
some of them-
long time.
Some of
That's
them
what
stayed, and
like
we had a talent group also, that
Right.
performed all over, and we did like a lot of fun events and, like I said, a lot of charities and things like that. But yeah, I think we all just got so close, and some people ventured off. I mean, I went back into
Right.
after 3 years. I was like, I moved here because I studied dance since I was 4, so I went back to my dance company a bit. I kind of regret that now that I didn't come back and try out the
Okay.
following year. But I thought, it's time for me to like get back to where I was, started. But it was the best time of my life, and met these wonderful ladies that forever friends, and we're all over the
Sisters.
place. We still cheer each other on and cheer our kids and our family on. And the nice thing is we have NFL cheerleading. Every 3 years we're friends with the Dallas Cowgirls and the different teams. They actually have an NFL meeting. I went to Nashville last year. Well, we got canceled during COVID. We were supposed to be in Vegas.
We were
And
going
it's
to
kind of
Vegas.
nice. So we just keep up with a lot of the other NFL teams.
Vegas would have been
Well,
fun. Go ahead.
would have been fun, but was there any what was the animosity? I mean, there had to be some jealousy when you have a bunch of ladies in a room like that. I know you're all trying to do the same thing, but there had to be something.
I don't
right?
think we are trying to
no.
do the
Oh,
same
no.
thing. No, I
No.
think we all had our different, you're a young woman in a big city and you've got your own path. And so I think really, I mean, some of the girls were going to be singers and some of the girls were going to be dancers and some of the girls were just modeling
Yeah.
and some, were teachers and firefighters. And, it was just like a regular world, but we have this one thing in common. So it wasn't your whole life, but it was, an important time. But I think we all kind of had the idea that we were sharing it. And
We were just always so close with each other, like cheering each other on. I think everybody was excited for
They
everybody.
did. Yeah.
That's drama
Did
than
you
would
guys?
think.
Were you?
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
now.
Were you guys allowed to make some of your own dances, or there's some choreographer did that, or did you guys be allowed to come up with some of
Yes.
your own?
Oh,
stuff?
we mostly did. I mean,
We-
Kathy
yeah.
Carr, our coach, she's wonderful, but she did rely on a lot of us being dance experience, did a lot of the choreography, which was fun to share it with everyone.
And it's still fun to watch today's dancers in any of the sports, including just dance. It's so different, but it's really fun to see.
It's different, like the Chicago Bulls, the
Yeah.
Lovables. Those girls are
Yeah.
really athletes and dancers. Wow. Where we
And
were
Kathy Core is
dancers.
still a part of their world.
Yeah, we're dancers. They were more athletic now, and even
Yeah. And they still have the
they're
Lovables, right? Are they
beautiful,
still
yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, very good. Jerry Jam says, salary-wise, you don't have to say what you guys
We
made, but
can.
salary-wise, the cheerleaders with the Honey Bears, did you do it? Was there something money made, or did you guys
I made
volunteer?
a lot of
this?
money.
Both,
No.
I've made a lot of money.
That's
but
good.
not
No.
the Honey Bears itself. So you made I don't know,
We made a
Yeah,
whopping
endorsements.
$15, you guys.
Endorsements.
Yeah.
$15, but that's not why we didn't do this for money. We all had our own jobs, and we're acting, dancing, or whatever profession. But that $15 was basically to clean your uniform. But what we did make a lot of money on was our promotions with
The endorsements.
Yeah, we were
Your
always
Endorsements,
your
yes.
commercials, these guys have.
Yes,
been involved in
yes.
a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
did a lot of stuff at McCormick Place, so we were hired out all the time, to do things. So that was kind of where we were making the money.
Well, if you think about it, even the sports players, some of them, they start off, they have a certain salary, but most of their money they make is their endorsements, their shoes or
Right.
whatever they're making,
Lot of money.
whatever it is, the Gatorade, whatever they're drinking, whatever it is. Very, very cool. Let me ask you, ladies, because I know you guys are busy. Just what was it like running out that field there when the Super Bowl? That had to be, first of all, just to be in the Super Bowl for Chicago, the Bears had to be big, let alone win it. But what was your feeling when you guys first went out there? What was the crowd like? I mean, come on.
And
I was
This has
always
gotta be-
crazy, always.
Yeah.
And nice too. I mean, there were once in a while a drunk problem, but pretty rarely. Pretty rarely. Everybody was
Right.
great, and I think they could. It's sort of like the energy, you know. I think of soccer; they have the audience, the crowd, the fans are another player. I would put the same with the Bears fans. They're another player. They can make or break the atmosphere, and we helped with that. Helped make or break the atmosphere by cheering them to cheer on. And it was just a really lovely, lovely feeling, you know, like a glow that you get because everybody's.
Did you guys get the rings because they won? Did you guys
No,
get
Kathy
No.
got one, didn't she?
Got a ring.
Kathy got a ring. She's got all
You
those
guys
gold
still got a
rings
ring.
too.
You're part of the team. I mean, you guys are part of the team.
No,
But,
you
I
know,
mean,
it was a little
right?
separate. The Bears organization liked to keep it separate.
But
Um,
but you know what? Going out on the field, I wasn't at the Super Bowl, but going out in Soldier Field, when they would sing the national anthem, I would be almost crying. You would get chills.
Yeah,
It was the
sure.
most
Sure.
magnificent
Well, you have
feeling
60,000 fans
in front of
cheering
all the
and
fans.
screaming.
It
So
was-
it's pretty exciting to come out of that tunnel.
you know how that
Yes.
is, Tony, when you're giving it when you're giving a
Well,
concert.
yeah. Well, not something like that. I know
Like a
that
rock
feeling is
star.
kind of cool when you got people doing that. But you guys did a lot of stuff afterwards, or even like you said. I know you guys did some TV stuff. I know Renee did. I know Patrice did. Did you do something as well, Jeanette? Did you guys get any
Well,
TV
we did
stuff
a lot
as
of
well?
volunteer stuff. My most of my career was still organized like that. I became a Marilyn Monroe impersonator for like 10 years after that at the Hollywood Casino and other events. And I had an exercise show on TV. And I think it led to all these things, whether directly or indirectly. So, you know, if you're willing to be a performer, it's sort of in you, and you find one direction or another to take it.
Or another, yeah. I mean, Renee, you had a TV show, The Duke, with Robert Conrad. I always
I
loved
was
him,
in the
man.
Duke.
Robert,
It was an exciting time.
what a great.
Can
I was the waitress
that
in
was
the
kinda
bar. Patty was in it
Yeah,
too.
okay.
Patty, and like it was just kind of funny how we all kind of ended up in some of these shows. But Robert Conrad, like, oh gosh, it was so fun because you know we did the pilot, and I was kind of just an extra on the pilot, sitting next to Larry Minetti, and so
Michael
then I
and
ended up like this bartender, the waitress. With one of the Bears, was it Ed Obranovich? Who was the Bear bartender?
It was Ed Obranovich. It
Okay,
was
yeah.
Eddie.
So, and I was the waitress, and so I remember him saying, like, I was always kind of a little shy about it, but he's like, "You have to tell every producer that you're the waitress, or you're going to get your spot taken away." So it was really cool to
But
get involved in something.
Renee, could we talk about the show you were just on? Which
Yeah,
show?
let's talk
Which
about
one?
this.
The
Oh,
Golden?
well,
Can we?
Did-
Can we say
did-
it, or is it in your contract? She was one of the Golden Bachelorettes. I said it for you.
Oh my God! You know what? My wife loves The Bachelor. She watched that.
He
Very
just
cool.
made history with the Golden Bachelor show, the very first.
it's actually 34,000 applications.
Yeah, 3
Wow.
months, right? They're divorced.
Yeah.
But you know what?
We don't learn anything, do we?
But you know what?
Renee, what was that like? I mean, my wife watches that show all the time. She even watched the Golden one. But what was it like doing that? That's been kind of cool. All in one house, and they get all this. I never understood that when you actually met the parents, and you're saying to them, "Well, how are you going to treat my daughter, or how are you going to treat my son, whatever it is, blah blah blah." And knowing that they're sleeping with 3 other ladies. I never understood all that.
Maybe the only difference is that you're knowing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all out in the open, right?
It's not on the
It's a
open.
completely different platform, I think, from trying out for the cheerleaders. We did find out there was 34,000 applications for 20. So my father was the one that kind of pushed me to, I've been taking care of him for a while and pushed me to go try something new. That's a whole other story.
Well, you know what? You guys have did a lot of. You should be proud of everything you guys done, and just being part of that history in Chicago, being part of something like the Chicago Honey Bears is a pretty big deal. It really is. You should be proud of it, and congratulations to you ladies for that.
Also,
Ladies,
these days
I
we
know
still
you're
try
busy.
and-
I appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate your time. Now, guys, gals, everybody out there, I'm gonna share this too after the show. Tomorrow on the 25th of April, they will be at the Tap House Grill in Palatine, signing pictures, taking pictures. You can order the book Missing from the Sidelines. They'll be taking orders for that book. Pick it up. The history of the untold stories of the Chicago Honey Bears, the NFL cheerleaders. It'll be a lot of fun. That starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow for the NFL draft at the Tap House in Palatine. There's no cover. You just show up. There's going to be discounts on foods and drinks. There's a lot of TV, so you can watch the draft, take pictures with the ladies, buy the book. Buy the book, buy the book. It's that simple. And get some pictures. And that's what it's about. So I want to thank you, Renee. Thank you, Jeanette. And thank you, Patrice, ladies. God bless them. You know,
Tony.
I hope they come back with the Honey Bears again, and then maybe you guys can go in and help them do some stuff or whatever it is, you know, to keep tradition alive. Also, you can see the Honey Bears on the 4th of July. They were going to be in the Villa Park 4th of July parade in Villa Park on July 4th. Also, they'll be performing with us at the St. Jude's benefit in Melrose Park on September 15th. Another great cause. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Jeanette. And thank you,
Thank
Patrice.
you, Tony.
Mo-
God bless you, ladies.
It was really fun. God bless you.
Thank you for everything, and thank you for everything you do. You're the hardest working guy in the business, and thank you for
I try.
including us on your show
Thank
and
you guys
always
for being there.
mentioning
And
us.
thank you for
Thank you.
for the support.
And
Thank
I want to
you,
be on
ladies.
your cruise.
Yeah, you guys can all-
Yeah.
we can get all
Get
the
us on that
girls-
cruise.
Good thinking.
Now, why don't I'm gonna have Mary. Maybe I'll have Mary call Patrice, and you guys can work it out and work something out. You know, that could be something too, guys. And people might want to take some pictures with the former Honey Bears. That is something I think we can make work. It's a year away, so we got a lot of time to plan it. It's March 22nd to March 30th. Just think about this. Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Seas. You're starting off in Fort Lauderdale. You're going to Curacao. You're going to Aruba. And then we're going to Coco Key, Bahamas, which is owned by the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. It's
Amazing.
incredible. Seventh Heaven will be there. Hillbilly Rock Stars, Tony, myself, and my band, plus my other band, Mojo's Jukebox. It's going to be a lot of fun and food, drinks. It's just great thing. So let's get those Honey Bears on the cruise. I'll have
We
Mary
could
reach
get
out to you
wild.
and
We
put it
could
together.
get wild.
That's okay. Wild it is.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
let's just ocean on the ocean. It will be a lot of fun. That's going to be fun. Anyway, thank you guys, ladies, so much. You guys have a great week. God bless you.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Thanks
you
a lot.
very
Bye,
much.
everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Well, guys, as you can see it, Bear Honey Bears. Thank you, guys. And this is Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. Monday to Friday. We just seen if you guys just joining us, the great Chicago Bear Honey Bears. Let's get to another quick sponsor here, folks. Let's not forget our good buddies from Deutsch Power Center. That's right, Deutsch Power Center, folks, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. That's Deutsch Power Center. Call Sal at 224-276-6550. How about if you're looking for a good lawyer? Roy McCampbell is the man right out of Rosemont, Illinois. He's a statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven. 708-275-4264. And don't forget my wife's company, Laura Ocean Solutions, increasing profits while reducing credit card fees. You'll never have to shop again with Laura Ocean Solutions. Speaking of, Laura will be my co-host tomorrow on Thursday. I know how much you guys love that. And don't forget to order the new Tony Ocean cigar. Brand new, only hand rolled, delivered right to your home from Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. Give my buddy Javier a call, 727-366-7536. And last but not least, Trico Hair Experts, recreating great hair days. Forget the comb over, forget the spray, forget the hats. Call Anthony or Carmela at 773-999-7888. That is good stuff here, folks. I love you guys watching, everybody, and all your great questions that you guys did. I really do appreciate that. I hope you guys get a chance to get out there to the Tap House Grill. Also, Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin. Buy local, shop local, and say happy birthday to Robin. Danny, Mazzy, and Robin. Of course, Robin, happy birthday. And Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to Crash champions.com. A lot of crazy stuff going on, folks. Moving top 5 cities that people are moving from. And the population are getting smaller and smaller. San Francisco comes in at number 5. Washington, D.C. comes in at number 4. Chicago, number 3. Los Angeles, California, number 2. And New York City, top 5 cities that people are leaving, running from. I mean, there was 300 people a day leaving Illinois before the pandemic or the flu, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believed. There's my buddy Greg from Taverna on Division, voted the best outside patio in the suburbs of Chicago. Make sure you go and visit my good friend Greg from Taverna, everybody. Also, if you're big Sammy Hagar fans, we talk about music, we talk about politics, we talk about everything on this show. Sammy Hagar, finally, remember him? He's one of the great motor singers. I love Sammy. Big solo career, of course. He was with Van Halen. I used to call him Van Hagar. He's finally going to get his star on the Hall of Fame on April 30th. Congratulations, Sammy Hagar. He will be the 2,779th star on 6217 Hollywood Boulevard, or Boulevard, however you pronounce it. Congratulations, Sammy Davis. Also, very, very cool. My New York Knicks are up 2-0 in the NBA playoffs. My Yankees are up 13-5. They are unbelievable. Let's just stay healthy, New York. Let's just stay healthy. Today is also National Park Day. I love parks. I love going out there. A lot of fun. Albert, if anyone is interested, Johnny Capone, was security at the Arcata Theater, passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Albert is on right now from the Ron Onesti organization. Our prayers go out to the Capone family. Thank you so much for that, Albert. Very, very cool on that. McDonald's. People are wondering about, remember you go to McDonald's, if you go to, I don't go too often, but if I do, I pick up Diet Cokes for my sister and my wife every day because that's their go-to. They love the Diet Cokes. But right now in the city, certain McDonald's folks, remember the drinks, used to get your drinks, used to refill. They got rid of them now. You can't do any more refills when you go to McDonald's now. Once you buy the drink, you can't go back up there and fill it up again. They got rid of all those stations. Now you have to pay for that second drink. And, some people, I don't know, you should be drinking that stuff anyway. But, hey, what the hell? What are you going to do? This is what McDonald's is doing. And in Milan, Italy, I know how much you guys out there, Tony Toto, Danny Raimondi, we go to Italy all the time. It's in Milan itself, because of all the crazy noises and disruptive music and people getting loud late at night. Milan has banned the selling of ice cream and pizza after 10:30 at night because I guess they're all, the kids are up there and they're making noise, they're drinking, whatever it is. So they're banning this. And I never heard of this before, but only in Italy you figure they would do stuff like that. Crazy. Friday, if I'm correct, Saturday, they had some ruckus over there at the Arcata Theater. There was police officers and stuff there, but I guess it was just somebody broke the door window. Nobody was hurt, whatever it was, but that was the stuff that was going on over there. The windows were broken, the doors. So, but Ronnie Onesti and everybody took care of all that. Busy week. Tonight we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle with Double T, Tony Toto. That's a 7:00 hit. Tomorrow we'll be at Village Pub in North Riverside with Louis Pipes and Jerry Jams. That's great tomorrow. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Double T. Saturday's a private affair for Sleepy Hollow at Moretti's and Elgin. And then Sunday, we'll be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy for Rat Pack Sunday. That is a 3:30 hit there. Absolutely, folks. I'm excited. Let's talk about here, folks, a couple things too. I want to thank my buddy Dave. Yesterday, I checked out a place, there's Mangy Dogs in Roselle. We stopped there for a couple cocktails yesterday. Then we start off at Real Time Sports for a couple cocktails too. And then we ended up at Cousins in Roselle, one of my favorite places. They got great food over there. I love it. Interesting stuff. It's birthdays. Wednesdays, April 24th, birthdays. Here they are. Let's see. Donna Weinberg, my friend Donna, happy birthday out there. Spyro Gyra, a big band, 50 years. 50-year anniversary for jazz band Spyro Gyra, 50 years. Lee Majors, former $6 million man, and the Fall Guy, 85 years old. The great Eddie Albert, great actor. Of course, we all remember him from Mr. Douglas from the Green Acres. Crystal, my buddy Dakota, Dakota's mom, Crystal, the great singer and entertainer in Las Vegas. Dakota, happy birthday to your mom. And also, I'm so sorry, Dakota, that you lost your sister. it's horrible, passed away. So my prayers go out to Dakota, you and your family. Jake Weiner out there, happy birthday to little Charlie, 1 year old out there. Marissa Tomei turns 58 years old from my cousin Vinny. Charlotte Ray from Facts of Life celebrates a birthday. George the Animal Steel, for all you wrestling fans out there, celebrating a birthday today. Of course, again, my good friend Robin, Danny and Robin, happy birthday, Robin. God bless you, honey. George Tarkus, of course, Sulo on Star Trek, celebrating a birthday. Love when you guys send this up. Roy Orbison, Steve Clark, formerly of Def Leppard. Of course, he passed away. Joyce DeWitt, one of my favorites from Three's Company, turned 75 years old today. I love these great. And Nikki Faso, my good buddy John Boom Boom Faso's kid. Nikki, happy birthday. Guys, next Thursday is a big show. Mojo's Jukebox and Nixa Hodges' Chicago Piano Man. Chicago Hitmen, their brand new band. We're going to be at the Des Plaines Theater next Thursday, May 2nd. It's going to be a lot of great old school rock and roll, 60s, 70s, and 80s. That show starts at 7 o'clock. Mojo's Jukebox featuring yours truly, and of course Nixa Hodges and the Chicago Hitmen. That's excited. And Ocean's Rat Pack, folks, will be in downtown Lake Geneva next Saturday on the 4th at the Geneva stage for Ocean's Rat Pack show. Very, very cool stuff coming up. Also, what else we got coming up? Oh, we already mentioned that already. Bugsy's and McHenry for Melissa's birthday will be there on Sunday, May 5th. And also, it's going to be a lot of fun. Also be going to Big Sammy's in Plainfield on the 9th of May. A lot of good stuff, stories, and a lot of stuff that you guys keep sending us. We do really appreciate all that stuff. Tony, I'm a good friend of Michael Prisco. He's been in Florida. He loves your show. I saw him. Michael Prisco is the best from New York City. Great guy. We met many years ago. Rhonda, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. We got a couple minutes. Let's see if we can get some headlines here, some stuff and stories that you guys have been sending us. And we're going to talk. Don't forget, we're saving some of this stuff too, because when I have my wife tomorrow, Laura, co-host, it's going to be some fun. I'm just happy that people are going out and celebrating and going out and supporting local establishments and live entertainment. It's very, very important. I do believe that we need to always keep doing that. And that's something that we need to do, you know. But okay, guys, how about this? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Whether you're a fan of it or not, a lot of people think that some of the bands should be in there. They're not in there. Here are the inductees for 2024. I don't know what you guys think, but Mary J. Blige, Jimmy Buffett, Cher, Dave Matthews Band. Finally, Foreigner should have been in there 20 years ago. Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, Alex Corner, blues harmonica player back with the Rolling Stones back then. John Mayall, blues guy. The Stooges, of course, MC5, Ozzy Osbourne, Susan DePassy, Big Mama Thornton, A Tribe Called Quest, Dionne Warwick, love it, and Norman Whitfield going to be the new inductees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2024. Should be interesting to see what happens with that. Also, folks, we are going to be giving away tickets, free tickets, folks, for our show coming up May 2nd at the Des Plaines Theater tomorrow. So we're going to give away a trivia question, 2 free tickets. So we're going to give away some tickets, a couple every other day until next Thursday, so you guys can come out and check us out for that particular show on the May 2nd. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to that stuff. Again, I want to thank my good friend Diana Peterson. We just did the thing for the Playboy Bunnies, the 50th anniversary we did Sunday at the Grand Geneva. What a great event that was. Seeing all those people there was very, very cool. I'm just, I'm so happy that you guys sit back and support us, and it's very, very important about the thing that's going on. Appreciate it. Guys, we got to go. See how quick those hours go, and they go so fast, and they really are. So, guys, one thing we got to remember, tomorrow, if you have no plans, get out to the Tap House Grill. Get out to the Tap House Grill, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure in Palatine tomorrow and see the Chicago Honey Bears, former Chicago Honey Bears. They're all going to be there signing pictures, taking pictures. You can buy the book. That's going to be there selling, folks. Going to have discounts on food, drinks, a lot of stuff. That starts at 6 o'clock, no cover charge. So go over there, take some pictures, whatever, and then come back by us at the Village Pub with me and Louis Pipes and Jerry Jams. Sharon, Karen, I agree with you. Sharon Dionne Warwick should have been there a long time ago too. Unfortunately, the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame, I call it, because they don't have the right bands that should be in. The Raspberries, Eric Carmen should be in there. We'll see. We'll see. Guys, thank you guys so much. Forget, tonight we'll be at Rosario, 7 o'clock with Double T. And let's thank again our sponsors, the great Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norridge, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and Mesa, Arizona. Now, guys, don't forget now, help support the Almost Home Foundation for Pets by purchasing a $5 cash raffle ticket. And you can enter it to win a brand new Weber Spirit 200 Series grill, along with the accessory packages donated by the Norridge Ace Hardware, affiliated with all the Ace Hardware stores. Tickets will be purchased at the store or Zelle. My wife, the number, Laura, 847-370-3370. Make sure you put your name there and get that ticket. And this is going to happen. Tickets are available through May 23rd, folks. And then Ocean Spit will be live at the Norridge store doing a live remote on the 23rd. At 12 o'clock. Raffle drawing will take place after the show. Winner does not need to be present, but will need to arrange to pick up their grill. So make sure you go out and do that, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun because all the money goes to Almost Home Foundation. Buy local, shop local, our good friends from Ace Hardware. Guys, remember, buy local, shop local, support local establishments and live entertainment, and the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Remember, guys, tomorrow, Laura Ocean will be with us, and you guys have an incredible day. We need love. We need peace. We definitely need a change. That's going to happen in November, I hope. But besides that, guys, you guys have a great time. And don't forget the Chicago Honey Bears tomorrow, Tap House Grill on Thursday, the 25th of April. Go meet them. Go buy the book. Go take some pictures. Support local talent. They're fantastic ladies, and they have a lot of stuff. They're a big history. They'll probably tell you some great stories when you get a chance to meet these lovely ladies. Guys, God bless you. Peace and love. Nick Sahajas, take us out.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later,